Okay, tulikuwa kwa 1%. So 1% of the account technically tumesema ni 50 bob, $50, si ndio?
ya $50.
Haya, the maximum loss kwa the account tulipata ni 250, si ndio?
Yeah, or 250 on a
Hiyo
daily.
ndio- hiyo ndio maximum ya daily, si ndio? Maximum daily drawdown. So how much of a percentage ni hiyo maximum kwa the total size of the account?
Total size of the account,
Yeah, is 5,000, si ndio?
yeah.
So how much is that $250 in percentage wise?
Dogo tu. Ni 20%.
No.
Mhm.
Ni 5%. $250 is 5% of 5.
Oh. Oh. Something is how vibaya ni 5.
Yeah, 250 is 5%. So what they are basically telling you is this: the maximum loss you can get in the account is 10%. So maximum loss. But in a day, we want you to lose a maximum of something less than 4.9. Don't get to 5%. If you get to 5%, you've lost the account.
Yeah.
Pamoja.
Yeah, tuko pamoja.
Now, since we have established that the daily drawdown is 5%, in a day you can lose any amount you want as long as it does not get to 5%.
5%.
Sawa.
Yeah.
That is the main reason I told you we are not bothering with the lot size. What we'll be bothering with is percentage. Once we get our percentage, then we'll move to calculate our lot size. If you're risking 1%, if you're risking 0.5%, hapo I cannot decide for you.
Okay.
Even if I give you a signal for taking a buy or a sell, I can literally not tell you this lot size, use this lot size to get these specific returns. Unless it's me myself who's doing it, then I guess Apunde can do that. But we're not going to do that. I want you to achieve this by yourself as an individual.
Okay. Yeah.
So, number one, this is the main thing that I'll be talking about. You're going to be working with percentage. Every trade you're taking with a percentage. So,
Okay.
you're not going to be worrying about the lot size. You're not going to be worrying about if I'm in drawdown or I'm in profits. We're going to be working with a percentage and how our risk to reward will be working. So,
Yeah.
because each and every trade that you will be taking, it will be having a risk, which is a specific number, and a reward. We can get a trade that, like, kwa sasa sijui if you have a specific asset that you like trading. There are people who like gold, there are people who are like, I'm not touching gold. Different. As for me, I am not choosy. Like even core community, there's that GU cell that we had in Mishkili hadi saizi. She knows that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So kwa sasa as we speak, nataka you put it in your mind and engrave it deeply that you are working with the percentage. You're going to be asking yourself, how much of a percentage loss did I take? You're not going to be asking yourself, I'm in drawdown of this amount of money. Sawa.
Okay. Yeah, noted.
Kwa sababu anytime that you're looking at the amount of money, you will not be able to know how to scale up in matters regarding, because you have this account and you also have the other account. And if you're risking on this account, I will suggest you also risk on the other account, working with the percentage, because the other account is much bigger. The percentage you choose for this account, you can choose it for the other account. And the risk to reward will technically tell you this is the amount of percentage that I am up, or this is the amount of percentage that I am down. For example, if you check the, let me go with just with that GU trend. Actually, if I go up, I believe two people can share the screen up on Discord. Just a moment. Share screen. Unaweza kuja Discord kidogo. Share screen. LG Electronica. Can you see my screen? Unaona screen yangu?
Bado. Okay, ndio nimeiona hapa.
Yeah, finya.
Itabidi ni stopisha yangu.
Okay, ni sawa. Unaweza ka stop sharing alafu ukuje. But ideally you can still see. Ukiweka full screen, unaona hapo kwa just ukiweka full screen. Hapo kwa the bottom left. Unaona bottom right, sorry. Bottom right, kwa hiyo line penye huko kwa right. Hapo mwisho ya right. Hapo right kabisa.
Huko.
Press that one. Hapo kuna hiyo screen yangu is sharing. Kuna mimi like hapo chini tu.
Hapa. Okay.
That one exactly. Now you can see my screen. I hope. Let me move control shift. Oh dear, why did I do that? Okay, so I should get it. Saizi suspect unaweza kuona kenye iko kwa screen yangu. Technically ni unaona kenye iko kwa screen yangu, nafungua trading view. Ndio hiyo imeload. Okay, but it's still loading, but if you are keen, unaweza kaona hapa there is the big trade that is currently going, the short position hiyo yenye nimeficha, alafu there was this trade over here, there is this trade over here. So on this trade, this gave us a risk to reward of 1 to 8, and itapanda tu before we get to an area of liquidity, then we start selling.
Okay.
We have that trade. Risk, the same risk that you put here will be the same risk that will be on this one. Tuko pamoja?
Yeah.
If this stop loss hapa hivi kutoka hapa, this entry point till here, that is around, I don't know, 11 pips. That 11 pips stop loss will be $50. Tuko pamoja?
Okay.
Hiyo ni $50. Na hii stop loss hapa, this is like 5 pips. Stop loss is B, $50. So
Yeah.
now why am I telling you this? This one you'll put a different lot size, and this one you'll do a different lot size, because this is a bigger stop loss hata kama ni like 11 pips. This one is a bigger stop loss in comparison to this one. This one is just 5 pips. So the amount of money you're risking is what will determine your stop loss. in matters regarding to the setup that ume acquire. Kwa pamoja
pamoja.
hata let me show you this. I had sales on gold, lakini even though I had sales on gold, there's this account that I was trying to blow. I think nime blow vile I blew it to the point that I'm completely satisfied with whatever it is I was doing. Now, why am I saying I'm completely satisfied? Simply because of this. Brokers usually have this thing they call account protection. So, and throughout I have been struggling to blow any account that has account protection. So yeah, so I struggled a lot with blowing such accounts simply because unapata with a broker who has unlimited leverage, or leverage that is, for lack of a better word, leverage that is high, because anything above 1 to 500, that is high. So if you have a broker that has anything above that, or anything in the lines of anything above 1 to 500 or 1 to 1000, then you know that that is a very, very high leverage. Now, my goal this week was to blow that account, and within this period of time here, I took a $5,000 account to $10,000. Then I took it to $11. I took it to 12k. Then after taking it to 12k, I have brought it back to 100 and just a moment to confirm. I think nimeweka kwa WhatsApp channel. Then I brought it to $149. Now, why am I telling you this about $149? Number one, I am working on this thing called leverage. So, if you're used to leverage that is 1 to 1000, 1 to whichever, it's easy for you to blow whichever said account. But if you have a leverage of 1 to 400, 1 to 500, it's not easy to blow that account, because that is what they call an account protection. Now, how did I manage to blow that account? Taking multiple trades kwa kila place hapa hivi, going against the trend. Sometimes you go against the trend, kama hapa I press sell, it comes back up, I close some trades, I press buy, then it goes against me. Here I press sell, then price comes against me. But unapata the account is so big and it's protected that the account does not, like, if a position gets to a point that the leverage does not allow you to open positions, inaku limit, so the account cannot be blown. So I had these cells over here. Take profit yangu ilikuanga this swing low hapa hivi. So I saw these cells, I took my buy limit hapa, nikaeka hapo buy limit. Price ikakuja, I think hapa ndio penye I said it was at 149 hapo hivyo. Now, if I was taking this trade, hit trade yenye iko hapa, if I'm taking that trade, let me just confirm kama that is the position where the trade was. Confirmation limit or history limit, I can see. So this is not good. Haya, why am I telling you this? Nakwambia hii maneno yote kwa sababu that is wow. The reason why I'm telling you all this is because, number one, 4704. So the trade was around here, not for 1 hour, ilikuwa for 4 hours. So the reason why I'm telling you this is kwa sababu one thing, yeah, the trade was here. This is my key. This is where I got my trade. 30 minutes refine. Yeah, ilikuwa kutoka hapo nimekuja saa ngapi? 19. By the time this was coming back here, I was not in the trade, so ideally I got the trade from around here, but I didn't get the trade here, nilipata kutoka kwa huyu week hapa hivi, so you have to go to a longer time frame. Nataka kuonyesha stories za risk to reward and percentage. That's technically what I want you to see. So my trade was from here. Hapa ndio niliingia sell. So after kuingia sell, stop loss ni slightly above. Now if I was entering a sell, it matters regarding to the account that you have, or whichever, kue personal account, kue prop account, kue whichever account, you have your risk to your reward. This is I got in slightly above around hapa. I waited, kulikuwa na confirmation plan ilitupatia. This is where I got in the trade. If you go to a lower time frame, I won't go at the moment. This is where I got the sell. Kwa jile nimekwambia ni 4704. Yeah, kwa naona ni kiwiki ilikuwa hapo hivyo, alafu mimi nikaingia. So I got my trade hapa hivi. After my getting my trade, I put a buy instead of a sell, but actually it was supposed to be a sell. Kwa jile mimi najaribu kublow account. I'm not like the others. So this one, let's say I'm nachukua 30 pips stop loss, 30 pips 300. So mimi nachukua 30 pips stop loss. Stop loss yangu hapo, take profit ilikuwa na slightly below round hapa. So this is a 1 to 9. Ukitaka kuangalia risk to reward hapa hivi 1 to 9.5. So if I was entering this trade and I'm risking $30, kutoka hapa hadi hapa ni $30 na 0.01. So 0.01. But if I was supposed to get in this trade na ni risk around $50, I will have to go to that same position, specifically hapo. So I'm taking that trade. Then I go through my lot size, niangalie which lot size will make this $50. Ni 0.51 ama ni 0. You get what I'm saying, sindio? Ndio, you make sure your stop loss is your exact amount that you're willing to lose, your percentage. So when you're working with your percentage, you make your life easier kwa sababu unajua I'm risking this percent, na ikifika the 1 to 5, 1 to whichever, that risk reward that we always talk about. Sawa, ukiangalia vizuri your account specifically, we all know that your targets currently ni 1 to 10. So this you can do it in a day. So it's possible doing it in a day, but it's kind of stressful depending on the pair that you're trading. So depending on the pair that you're trading, it's doable kufika hii in a day, like kupata that $500 that you have. It's possible in a day, but it's stressful depending on the lot size that you will decide to take. That is number one. Number two, you have to know what you are risking. Now you're supposed to be going with all your confirmations. Like you don't have time to, like, you don't have that. Yes, kuna opportunity for error, but you don't have opportunity for like a big error. You get what I'm saying? Because you want in the next 15 days, we want to see your testimonials pale, maybe phase 1 and phase 2 done. Now you're waiting for payout, because payout, for you to get a payout, you need 3 days of clean profits, and for phase 1 and phase 2. So like phase 1, phase 2, lazima you hit your 3 days consistently profits, not trading 3 days, like 3 days. It doesn't matter if you entered a trade with 0.1 and that 0.1 gave you $5 or $2, as long as it's day 1, day 2, day 3, and all of the days are profit, then you're in a good position. Now, since it's 15 days, that this is our target, we want to get profit in 15 days. Now, for these 15 days, you have to have 6 days in profits on both the phase 1 and phase 2. So if we go to the funded phase and add 3 more days, that's about 9 days. So for 9 days, completely 9 days, you need to be in profit. So for 9 days out of these 15, so this means like you have 4 days for not being in profit. So you only have 4 days for not being in profits. Then the other days you have to be in profits, and it's very possible as long as you're working with risk to reward. You don't care how many pips the market moves. So what you care about is your risk to your reward. Your risk to your reward. This is what you're going to be worrying about, your risk to your reward. Because if you get 1 trade in a day, you chill. If you get 2 trades in a day, make sure 1 is profitable, because that 1 profitable wipes the loss vibaya sana. Pamoja.
Okay. Na hiyo profitable is must equal high than the loss yenye ulipata.
Loss ni hii hapa percentage.
As in,
loss ni hii percentage.
As in, namaanisha umeingia kwa in a day umeingia in 2 trades. Na moja umeenda loss. So inamaanisha hiyo ingine yenye iko in profit inafaa ishinde, inafaa ipite $50 yenye ulienda nayo loss, inafaa ikuwe above it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you enter a trade here, ukiangalia hapa, ukiingia hii trade, then it moves like this. Unaona hii move? If you entered with 0.1, stop loss was $50, alafu take profit, tuseme take profit tu ilikuwa tu hapa tu kwa hiyo week. Pamoja?
Yeah.
If you entered that trade there, then price moved to your direction, alafu ikaguza, let's say hata ukuichukua hapa kwa hii wiki kisha, let's say ulichukua na hapa hivi, hapa juu tu hapa kwa hizi, that is around for $390. Hii hapa hadi hapa, this is $390 if you use the risk to reward. Unanisoma?
Leo.
This is the main reason why I told you don't look at the map, look at the money. It will take time you register it, but with time, even if you go to your personal account, you will be at a better position to be trading your personal account, because you will know how you're managing your risk. This is actually why I think prop firms are very good for traders when they are beginning, like when they are starting. So you get to understand how to do your risk management, RR. And if you're very good at RR, even with your personal account, you will be a beast. I was told like I need to teach you guys about flipping accounts, but at the moment I want to see guys being profitable before I start talking about flipping accounts, to be honest. but I will, but after I've seen guys wako profitable. Haya, I hope this concept has landed, yeah, on the risk to reward and not worrying about the amount of money you're risking.
So ni $50 na pia inafaa inafaa niangalie inafaa umeniambia the first thing ni work na percentage. Yeah, so within a day kama percentage ni 5,
you've lost the account.
nime lose the account, but si kwa nifike hiyo 5, I can see within hiyo from 4.9 kwenda chini ni work na hiyo.
I would suggest
Okay,
cheza na 3%. This is, if you're risking 1%, this is 30 trades per day maximum.
okay.
And with this 3%, si tumeona that per day you're supposed to lose 5%. Sindio?
Yeah. Maximum is 5%
per day. Na maximum loss
per
ya
day.
account yote, it's 10%.
Ni
Sindio?
10. Yes.
So if you're risking 3% ama 2 per day, ningesema 2. Alafu wewe utaangalia how you're going to be dividing that 2%. You will decide. Sawa?
Yeah.
But 2% is like $100. Hata wewe kawaida, you know, you don't risk $100 on a regular. It's okay, it's more than enough. Sindio?
Yeah.
If you lose $100, this 2%, you're done for the day. Like, funga chats, go mind about your own. You're not worried about whomever has gone live, your favorite trader, Shinki, TikTok, Instagram, wherever. Okay, hit your stop loss up, baby. You're done. Pamoja.
Yeah.
So, idea, you're risking 2%. After you've risked 2%, you know you have, for hii 2% uko na 5 clean trades. So, and this 2% that you're risking, if this, like this one, let's take this one as an example. This is a 1 to 9. Sindio? Now, if you've risked 1% here and you've made 9, it means your loss, your daily risk over here is like you can risk more because you've added, initially it was 5 and you've added 9 in that day. So in that day, if this one hits TP before the end of the day, 14% to risk. Tupo moja ama nikupoteza?
Ndio nimeelewa sasa vizuri.
Na get. So with this, you're technically growing the account and making your chances better while you move. So,
Yes.
and that is how you're going to be looking at the charts for the next 15. Next 15, I'm not counting Saturdays and Sundays. That is if you're going to be doing intraday. If you're swinging, then well and good. Make sure your trades are top notch. You have confirmations, and unashikilia trade, usiogope. Don't be afraid. You've made your analysis and you have your confirmations, and after you've seen you have your confirmations, it's just a matter of you taking in the trade. You don't need to worry about, oh, you who did what, or who did that. Apana. You're worried about how am I managing this trade? Am I in a rush to get out? Am I worried about whatever? You're worried about yourself, of which trade you're going to be taking. That is where your point of concern will be. Mpaka hapo I believe I have not lost you.
Hotel, nimekuelewa.
Now, that is how you're going to pass the Propfirm. It's not rocket science. Shida itatokea kwa the emotional aspect. Kwa sawa? Kwa ajili, number one, nime notice with you guys have trades. After you've gotten your trades, you've made your analysis, price starts moving your direction, then you start worrying. Am I doing it okay? Is it unaget kile nasema? If you've made your analysis, follow it to the latter. If it hits stop loss, it's okay. Repeat again the next time. If it hits stop loss, like here, let's say I decided I wanted to sell gold here. So I wanted to sell gold here. Assumption. I wanted to sell gold here. Then after wanting to sell gold here, price comes, takes me out. Then it moves my direction. So the next time price comes back and it's in line with my bias or my analysis. This is a QM. I see it's a QM. Yeah. This was what we call the failed but still validated. This is what we call that, failed but still validated, because price didn't close above. Price come back. When it comes back over here, I'm taking myself. I'm not thinking twice. I am not overthinking. I'm taking myself from here and I'm holding it, waiting for my TP. Pamoja. If you hit a stop loss, it's okay. You're not market maker. But the strategy is there to reduce or to mitigate the amount of losses that you can undergo as an individual. Are we together? This is what we call a failed but still validated. Price came, tapped, and then it dipped. And guess what? This loss that was gotten here, it was mitigated and it made more, because it went up to here and it's still going to be going down. So this went from 1 to 9 to 1 to 10. So if I risk $50 here, I've gotten 500, because I'm risking 1, I'm getting 10. So this is 500. So you make that in a day. It's very possible, but you have to put it in your head that I'm doing risk to reward. This is for gold. Now for gold, you'll have to, the maximum lots you can open is 0.02 in the 500
In the 500
5k account
or 5K.
But
And for the 10 one,
for the 10 one, I think you can open around maybe 0.4, I think, for sure. But it's in the lines of that, yeah.
okay.
That is the maximum you can do on gold. But on these other pairs, this is why I love Propfirms. On these other pairs, on this specific trade, let's get this specific trade in Papa EV, then it flew. On this specific trade, you can open a 1 lot, you can open a 2 lot. It's very much possible. Unanipata? So imagine you put a 1 lot over here, you're risking $50. How much is this? This is like let's see. Kidogo tu 399. Let's see kama tumefika 50. I don't think tumefika 50. So tumefika 40. Wait, not yet. Labda 4-5. Yeah, around 490, 445. This is okay, see 45, 444. Oh, exact 400. This is like 44 pips. So 44 pips. This trade specifically, and you didn't trade for a long period of time. This is from what time? This is from 3 to 7. Yeah, from 3 to 7. You opened your trade, it went your direction. You've made $440 pamoja. That is if you used one lot. If you increased your lot size maybe a bit higher, then you can do the calculations with your name. Well, this other trade here, if you took it and you rode it all the way na ulichukua na lot ya 0.5, you still can see that you did over 150 pips, and it's then 160 pips so far. It's done 160, and it will do more. You know, unajua how we trade, si kubahatisha. So if you use 0.05 hapo, you've made a bank raw safi, because 100 pips, that's $500 if I'm not mistaken. And if it continues, it's still more. And you can get re-entries. Like you can find here, you got the first entry, price comes back, does a pullback, you enter another entry with the same risk to reward. You're just risking that 1% for re-entries peke yake. You don't need to stress yourself with sijui about what. Hapana, ile moja tu, ile wembe inakatanga whatever ama whomever. So that is how nitakuwa nikikumonitor, and that is how I'll be seeing on what you are currently doing, so that we can actually get you to forward. So kenye ningetaka kwako kesho tu, you send me a list of your confirmations. Ni shift uliona inside outside, si unajua tu, si lazima niseme hapa, si unazijua?
Nazijua.
Then unaandika, if I'm seeing this and I'm seeing this and I'm seeing that, that is my confirmation, I'm taking a trade. If I take a loss, it's sawa. If we hit CP, it's sawa, on to the next trade, and we move on hivyo bila pressure. Now I believe that you have gotten the general idea, and you have a basis on, like, say I have a solid foundation, this is what I can do to actually pass a prop.
Okay. So a question. So kama nitakuwa na risk percent, which is $100 in a day. Is there any way I can split this 100 ni risk 2020?
Yeah, very possible. It's a matter of just your lot size calculation, yeah, because you can be seeing, like, I have a trade on GU, I have a trade on USD card, I have a trade on gold, I have a trade on US oil. Then you put 2020 on the different pairs. It's not a must you risk that 1% per se, but if you risk 1%, you get to hit your target faster.
Okay. Yeah.
You've not risked so much, but you're getting to your target faster, because you're giving yourself your chance here. I have more days. If I see that, let's say labda you've gotten into so much drawdown, then we can get on alafu tuangalie the structure on how you're going to move forward from that. But at the moment, since you've not lost, like, honestly speaking, you've not scrapped that on.
Yeah.
So there's no need to worry about I'm in drawdown, I'm having blah blah blah. That is not your point of concern at the moment. The point of concern at the moment is to get that account to give you money in your pockets. That is the current point of concern. Sindio?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what I am
Nimelewa hapa.
about. Yeah. Apart from that, ulikuwa na concern ingine?
Kuwa na hiyo tu, but ushani convince, nimeona pia ni ukweli.
Because technically, yes, unless you're trading gold and gold decides to move kwa siku iamue isonge 1,000 pips alafu uipate pale juu, of which I've seen with you guys. If you're trading gold, it's like you're scared, you don't have hamna mental capacity ya kuihold to while it's moving. You want to get out haraka because you've seen it's put some pips, you get. So kwa sababu there is that and you want safety, currency pairs, I don't know, GBP NZ, GBP NZD, this thing moves with a trend. Like most of the time, if it's going down, it's going down. If it's going up, it's going up. Consolidation phase, kiasi sana, very very minimal, little to, you get. If it's moving up, it's moving up. If it's moving down, it's moving up. Angalia NZD USD, because number one, we want you to have money in your pockets. Then once you have money in your pockets, you can do whatever that you want, whatever that you desire. So as you can see, a price, give us buys. Then I wanted it to come back here, then it goes up, it tapped here, it went up. Look, it ended on a trend too. It's been going down, it comes back, gives you pullback. This is pullback cut. These are re-entries, structure retests, re-entries. It breaks structure, gives you a re-entry hapa, you take your trade, you continue. So if you're swinging, you're good. If you're intraday, you're good. Why? Because you know I'm in a bullish trend or I'm in a bearish trend. Sawa. Cha muhimu is you just know which trend am I in. Am I buying? Am I selling? That is the only thing that you need to do. But check the assets that you're trading. Make sure it's an asset that's actually moving in your direction. Because this one came for a structure retest here. You can retest, then price shot up. This was more so of a pullback. So once you know the direction, when price comes back to your area of interest, area of liquidity, you take and go. Tuko pamoja? Cha muhimu, number one, goal is to get paid by the end of the month. That is the only goal that you have as a speaker, and we are maximizing that chances. But if you go down to drawdown, it's okay. I will be monitoring you. If I see you've gotten to that point, then we can change or modify the rules. But once you get out of drawdown, tunarudi back to that 1% ya kawaida. Tuko pamoja?
Kwa pamoja.
Alright. Apart from that, any other comment, concern?
The only comment yenye niko nayo ni appreciate.
Sawa.
Nime appreciate.
Mimi nitakuwa nikingoja kusikia vile tunaendelea. You will share with me hapo kwa, what's this thing called? It's called what? Kwa broker wako, there's this thing called investors password.
Investors password.